Welcome to our lecture online. Here we're going to describe acceleration in a plane, and we're going to use motion around the circle to describe it. First of all, we have a position vector from the origin to an edge on the circle. Then we have a velocity vector, and the direction of the velocity vector, to find that, there's a 90-degree counterclockwise angle change from the direction of the position vector to the direction of the velocity vector. We have another 90-degree angle change in a counterclockwise direction from the direction of the velocity vector to the direction of the acceleration vector. Now, assuming that the velocity around the circle is constant. So here we have the position vector. This is described as r times the cosine of t in the I direction plus r times the sine of t in the j direction. R is the radius of the circle. And because of that, the way it's described, the position vector, it's going to be a constant velocity because there's a linear relationship between the position and the time. So as time changes, you can see the position is going to cause the position vector to move around the circle like that at a constant, at a constant rate. And because that constant rate, what's going to happen then is you're going to have a constant velocity going around the circle. And because of that, there's going to be a constant acceleration. Now, there's other equations, and we'll show you other equations later, where the position vector is not a linear function of t, and therefore it'll speed up or slow down, and we'll have some other things to contend with. But right now, we want to keep it simple. So if we want to find the velocity vector, we take the derivative of the position vector. If we want to find the acceleration vector, we take the derivative of the velocity vector. Now, notice that in each case, if you now find the magnitude of these, the magnitude of this will be equal to r because we factor out an r, and then we take the square root of the sum of the squares of the two components. Of course, the cosine squared plus the sine squared is equal to 1, and that's going to be the case for all three vectors, the position, the velocity, and the acceleration vector. Now, what does the acceleration vector really represent here? And it turns out, as we go around in a circle, or whenever we go around a curve, it doesn't have to be a circle, the acceleration vector will always point towards the inner portion of the curve. In other words, it always will point to the center of curvature. And because of that, the acceleration vector in this case is also known as what we call the centripetal acceleration, because it represents the change in the direction of the velocity. If the velocity is going to be constant, the only thing that changes about the velocity vector is the direction of the velocity vector. And the change in direction will always point towards the center of the circle. Therefore, the acceleration vector in this case is what we call center seeking, or will point to the center of the circle, and therefore it represents the centripetal acceleration. Notice it only accounts for the change in the direction of the velocity vector, not the change in the magnitude of the velocity vector, because the magnitude of the velocity vector doesn't change because we have a constant velocity. So note that both the velocity, the magnitude of the velocity vector, and the magnitude of the acceleration vector in this case will indeed equal r being the radius of the circle. Now, that will not always be the case, because if you put another constant in here, then that will not be the case. Then they'll be offset by that constant. But at this point, since the constant is 1, the acceleration and the velocity will equal the magnitude of the radius of the circle. And that's how we deal with acceleration in a plane.